Welcome to this Padel. We are still in Marbella, as you may guess. We are in NAC, Nueva Alcántara. People say NAC, I've heard. Is that okay or no?
It's extraordinary. It's NAC.
That's the
Nueva Alcántara Club.
Okay. And this is Miguel Matía. We were looking forward to talk to him, to meet him. Thank you for inviting us, letting us spend here. This is amazing weekend with the tournament, with some other activations, and also getting to know the oxygen spa, the gym, the team, because through Pablo, I also knew that there's something special here with the
Pablo
people that
Ibáñez.
work here. Yes, Pablo
Good
Ibáñez.
friend.
Like the racket twins.
Yeah, exactly.
We have one twin. Let's see what happened with the other. And we wanted to talk about a lot of things. So this is going to be the first chapter, maybe. But overall, how Padel is expanding here, and also his views, his entrepreneurial journey, and how he envisions the future of Padel. So for those that don't know you, Miguel Matía has been co-founder of M3.
Yep.
They might know you through watching you on TV as commentator.
Yeah,
and,
during a time.
That's it. And so, like, let's say, content creator, or I was going to say journalist because I consider someone that talks in the media journalist, but some people like, so.
Honestly, I'm not.
Yes.
But I
By trade, not by studies.
But I'm an effort guy.
Good. No,
and
no,
I work
no.
hard. But it's just like a commentator for television. That was
Good.
my work, and that was supposed my work, because I was the lead com
Okay.
sometimes, and I tried my best. But honestly, I'm
very
not
well.
a journalist. So
No, but you don't need to.
no, yeah.
There are
Of course.
different roles, and no problem with that. And also, you've been part of Playtomic,
Founder.
now Taykus,
Yep.
and this club. Is there something I'm missing, or how do you present yourself? How do you introduce yourself
Well,
to
yeah,
someone?
well, maybe it's not so, because all the things that you are saying maybe could be more or less important, but at least the people of the industry of Padel know those projects.
That's right, yeah.
But it's true that I've been involved in the first radio program in Spain, which name was Esto es Padel, in Capital Radio. I was the director, being honest, the manager, because I wanted to change the program. I've been the founder of Hook Padel, which is a racket brand, and one circuit tournament, which is Mau San Miguel. I was involved in Madrid Federation during for years. Well, I work a lot.
Okay, all things Padel, I would say, somehow.
Yeah, and yeah.
But you said something important. It's like everybody in the Padel world knows me. To me, the key moment is that right now the Padel world is expanding exponentially.
A lot.
And many people are interested, and they're trying to find the right information.
Yeah.
Right? So I think it's important also to position and to tell the past, the present, and the future. So I might be maybe biased as I'm a journalist, but something that's very important to me is having sources that gives you clear water.
Yeah.
So those fountains, those sources
There are not so much sources.
That's the key point, like positioning so people can discernate, okay, this is the to-go person for this is for this, this person has done this. Because it's very easy to position yourself with a lot of marketing. Yeah. But then you need facts, right?
That's the hard way.
That's it. So we are here in this club. Let's start by NAC.
Okay.
This is a historical place for Padel, starting by Marbella, where the first Padel court in Spain was built.
Yep. The first Padel court, as we know it, in history, was here in Marbella, because the first court, which was in Mexico, in Corcuera's house, it was a little bit different, and you can touch it and you can take it if you see some pictures about that court. For example, the side walls were.
Tenía como hasta un geranio, right? Like,
yeah, exactly, and maybe
un patio cordobés.
Yeah, no more than maybe 1.5 meters.
Yeah.
The size of the side walls, so that the ball was.
La sacabas por dos.
Exactly. You were doing that por dos. And what happened that the real history of Padel is that many friends of Corcuera were taking their vacations, and when some of them, Alfonso Ogenloe, is the first Padel court as we know it, is from Alfonso Ogenloe, and two friends of him.
Okay.
And the three of them were really excited with the possibilities. But two of them were engineers, and they said, okay, but we need to solve some matters. And that was, they made but they made it here.
Okay.
And the first court in the world was in Corcuera's house.
Okay.
But the first court, as we know it more or less, because has suffered some changes, is from Marbella, being honest.
Okay. So this takes me to this club. So this,
But not in this club.
No, I know, but
Okay.
this close to, like this Costa del Sol, this area.
Yeah.
But this club has been like a historical, mythical place for paddle
super.
players.
Yeah. Nueva Alcántara Club was during a lot of years the best club in the world, honestly. I'm not talking about the awards,
No.
titles,
Like,
claims.
okay.
It was. And why? Because they changed the model 20 years ago. They decided to make more twists, and get in something better, and they got it. And more than that, we could say that maybe the starting of the actual Premier Paddle, for example, is because of this. Because here it was the first tournament circuit around the world, which name was Padel Pro Tour.
Okay.
Then World Padel Tour bought the possibilities and the resources of Padel Pro Tour, and now we have lived the same with Premier Paddle.
Right, okay.
But the first professional
Was born here.
Yeah, because of Nacho Saracho, that he was the CEO and the manager and the founder of this club. Really different, like the actual. It's not the same club, because we changed it a lot after 3 years closed.
Okay.
But he was a genius. I could say one of the genius of the paddle.
Amazing.
But the paddle is not. I don't know. It's not taking care about his past too much.
His own story. It's not taking itself very serious. I think it's a very Spanish thing. In
Maybe,
general.
yeah, in general,
we are like that.
and paddle is going by the same way.
Yeah, we are how we are.
It's my thinking, at least.
No, we do agree. So why did you decide to invest in this club and change it and convert it into what it is today? Because it has a long legacy, so it was also a challenge, right? Maybe
big
it's
challenge.
easier to start something from scratch
Yeah.
and recreating the brand position. So why and how it
It's
happened?
an extraordinary question. Well, let's explain why, and then we will attend about what
how.
to do
Okay.
and the how, which is you touched the exactly point that I want to talk about. But why this club? Because it has in an organic living has got a lot of skills, natural skills. It's the position, the location, the distribution. Not the distribution because we changed it, but
Like the layout?
yeah, the layout is extraordinary. The weather is extraordinary here in Marbella, and the past was really hard because it was the hot spot in the world about paddle. But for me, that was a challenge.
Yeah.
For me, the problem was a challenge. It was good. I said, I want to do it.
Yeah.
I would
you like challenges, right?
Yeah, a lot. I would love to try it, and I thought I could do something really good, and I thought. You never know, but I thought maybe yes. And I said, okay, let's go. And when we arrived here and when we had to decide all the design, the new design, because we made a big demolition about the plot, about the area, and then we restarted all the distributions, the designing, everything. And we could have made that old club with that vintage, good old style, or redo or remake a new version, absolutely different.
Yeah.
And we decided the second one, but not because we didn't trust about the old one. We really loved it, but it's because we said we will never do something better than what it was.
Okay.
So let's do something absolutely different, changing absolutely everything. When I say everything, I mean the kind of being member or not being member, the prices, the offering, the style.
How was before? You need to be a member to play?
Yeah.
Okay.
It was necessary to be a member, and it has only 12 courts, not 16, and absolutely different distribution. But we let the main court or the center court.
You kept it like.
Yeah. We just
the place.
Yeah, we put it in value again, but it is the only thing we didn't touch. Not too much, because we changed all the benches, ADC, but we decided to let it as it was, and that was because of the past. Saying this has been so important. Yeah,
what has happened here.
Exactly.
I get it, and it's all open air, right? But it's an important decision too.
Yeah, of course, really important. Well, first of all, it's Marbella. The weather is helping. Yeah, maybe only rains 30, 35 days each year.
Yeah.
So it's helping. Okay, you've got the wind. We are in, as you have seen, and enjoying in 400 meters close to the sea. And then we need, sometimes we have that little wind, which here we say it's like
the breeze.
It's the breeze, yeah. It's more like a breeze, exactly. Sorry. But well, we thought that 80%, 70, I don't know, I'm talking about, of the time is extraordinary. So we decided to go for an outside club, but not only courts, because for us a club is not courts.
Yeah.
An outside club. Enjoy the outside.
So what's a club for you? I think it's important because it's one of the things we've been talking these days about. How do you build a club? It's not just having like the coaches, the classes, the schedule, or the best courts in the world. What makes a club a club?
At least for me, it's not only courts, ADC, as you said. In that point, we are super aligned. I think it's something social.
Okay.
So let's start talking about something social. If you want something social, and you really think about it and you really trust yourself, you've got to do it. Which means make the correct circulations for the people, for enjoying same space, but creating another different maybe spaces or areas, but involved on the same concept. Now you need to think that we've got gym, we've got oxygen spa, kids club,
amazing
whatever.
Gym.
Yeah,
wow.
But well, I suggest
oxygen is out of this world. Like the oxygen is another thing.
It's a super nice place, honestly. But for example, something we decided is that our interior designer and architects were going to be involved in everything.
Okay.
And they never had made a gym.
Okay.
So that was a challenge. But we understood that we needed to create social areas. Okay, gym, but with social areas. Padel, but with a lot of social areas. Restaurant with social areas. ADC, ADC, ADC. So that's for me a club. It's a padel club. It's a social space area shared by a lot of people that sometimes want to play padel, but sometimes not, and they want to work or they need to make a call.
These days, what I've seen is people were here watching like Spain matches, but yesterday the UK, and they were all living it. So different nationalities all gathering here and playing, and so it was, I wouldn't say like family atmosphere, but a little laid back. Everybody's welcome, but at the same time, no one is disturbing or out of the topic, right? Like I thought that I felt it flew.
And it's something organic. You know, when you go to a place and everybody more or less is in a topic,
same vibe.
It's really hard that you are going to take an out of topic, or you're going to take that way, because it's not your place. And Marbella has a lot of offer.
Yeah.
And then you can go to whatever beach clubs, extraordinaries with the music house, whatever. Sometimes it's super exciting in a hard way, sometimes not. Super chill out, boats under the sea. I don't know, a lot of things. You've got a lot of offer. But what happened here is that more or less everybody is some way of topic. But I think people is coming, and the guy that is coming, or the family, or the people that is coming, the group that is coming, and they are not on the topic. I think in an organic way they will
leave.
They don't come again. And for us it's important because we want the people that in an organic way they feel comfortable here.
That's good.
So that's super important. The only problem with that is that you need more time for getting your clients.
Yeah,
and
so
more money.
It's compound interest, right? You have to build, and it's not if you build it, they will come.
You've got to let them love you.
Yeah,
it's not trying to convince them. So, and that is the best organic way for having in my opinion, a padel club.
So this takes me to now. I don't know. The internet is full of video, like how to maximize, how to make profit of your padel club or a padel court and all that. I think you're thinking more like mid or long term, more than that thing that I buy this asset, it's going to give me this X%. But more creating that. How do you get that patient? Because I think it's not easy, depending on who your investors are or how you focus on the padel right now that is growing exponentially. And there's like a golden rush time for padel somehow.
Yeah, I know. Well, when you are managing a club like this, when I say this, is not about the style or the target. I mean with 16 courts, which is not a club with maybe 8, 9 courts that, in my opinion, needs another kind of managing and another kind of products. Well, what happens when you've got 16 courts and gym, spa, as you've seen, more than 1,500 square meters about restaurant.
House, yeah.
What you are managing is a lot of products, but Padel is not a product.
Yeah.
Okay, Padel is a family.
Okay.
And then, and inside that family, you've got a lot of products. It's not the same as mixing, as we say here. It's like a king race, or I don't know. It has got a lot of names. Or it's not the same tournament and classes. Yeah. Classes is not a product. It depends on which kind of classroom. Or exactly.
It's kind of a service.
Yeah, it's not the kids' classroom. It's not the same that for an adult alone than for a group. Than the teams that here we've got 9 teams that they are playing in an amateur way around the club and in Malaga. So for me, all those matters are products. What does it mean, and why I'm using that for trying to answer, is because on the way, on a long-term vision or mid. Let's talk about mid, because long sounds a little bit arrogant and it's not my trying at least. Okay. But when you are trying to survive and having a good product as a club. At the midterm, the honest thing is that you've got a lot of products to touch. Yeah. You are all the time with your KPIs and you are working on a lot of products, of. So that is an easy way for working. It's an easy way, but it's a lot of work. Yeah. But it's an easy way because you can touch a lot of things. Okay, the price for this is not good. The people is not so happy with that other product. I don't know. The classroom that we are making for all those kind of classrooms for adults, we should use like a 3 method or whatever. So at the end, the truth, this is not magic. Yeah. This is about to touch like thousands of little things and little products, and then you are feeling and you've got the feedback, not only about the product, you've got the feedback in a financial way. Okay, this is working, this is not working. So at the end, it's not so magical thing. It's more working a lot of details of a lot of products.
So this is an M3 Academy, or I don't know, club, certified club. Yeah. How does it work, and why did you decide that?
Well, first of all, I trust a lot in the method, as you can imagine. But I really like it. I think that the method, M3 has got a methodology for training professional players, as we are seeing all the time in television. Number one, number 2.
I think Alan is playing right now while we are
recording. Exactly, whoever, and however. Yeah. But the methodology of M3 is not only about that. It's prepared for clubs, amateur clubs. Why? Because Jorge Martinez, in a moment, all of us learned so much about Jorge, but he always said, I remember perfectly since the beginning, no, Padel is not about, it's a way of doing it. I'm not saying this is the truth, but I love it. Okay. And I think it's super aligned with the people, with the amateur people. It's not about technique and going to play. It's better. You always have to work the technique, okay? Always, since the very first beginning. Yeah. But he always said, I think amateur paddle is more going from the playing to the technique. Okay. It's relative. It's not it's not mandatory. You only play and then you think no, because you can't play without technique.
It's not like set on stone, but it's a guideline.
Exactly. It's not. Please, at the end, if maybe it's not so rigorous, but it's something like saying, okay, please, don't be working 90% of our time in a court with the basket. Yeah. Only with the basket. Let's the people playing and learning, discovering, and with a positive reinforcement. Yeah. Exactly. No. So I really loved, because in my opinion, in my vision with the client, it's perfect because people is enjoying a lot, much more, and is learning a lot. Because why? Because they are enjoying. Padel is super easy to enjoy, but if you play more, you enjoy more. Yeah. That's like that. And if you don't like it,
you will on top of that. Yeah.
Exactly. So if you are enjoying more and you are playing more, you are taking maybe more classrooms or more coaching systems, whatever. Yeah. So for a club, it's extraordinary. Yeah. Because you've got many people involved. Yeah. I'm talking about clients.
Yeah, no, but the level of engagement you have
is better.
So they learn, they want to play, exactly. They bring some friends, they enjoy. So exactly. It's part of like
in a financial perspective, effect. For me, work extraordinary. Yeah. And is giving you the exactly vehicle for getting everything you want. Yeah. The only thing with the M3 method, like nothing is perfect. is that you need to work a lot.
Okay.
With your coaches.
Okay.
They need to. It's much more easy working with a basket. Okay.
Okay.
Much more.
Okay.
It's much more difficult.
Yeah, it's way more demanding for them too, right?
Yeah, exactly. Because they need to learn how to teach with a live ball. We said always
bola
live
viva,
ball. Live ball, we could say. I'm inventing that. Something like that.
I think
sorry, my English is not perfect, but I'm trying
it's really good.
My best. And it's not so easy because you need to let the space to the people for playing, deciding what you are going to tell him, because he's not stopped waiting for your tip. He's playing, so he's attending a lot of things that are happening around him.
I think it's very American, the way that it's learned by doing.
Yeah, exactly.
So that's a very American vision.
I like that way of saying
Usually the way you learn and work, like they want you to experience by yourself, and then they create the theory, but not you learn the theory and then you practice.
And being honest, I think that's Padel, no? Everybody plays easy, enjoy easy, can play without maybe coaching, maybe. So in my world, it was perfect. And if we finish all this long explanation, when you say, okay, but is it working properly or not? And you say, yeah, but we are training Galan and LeBron. So if we attend the low level,
top to down,
and the
like
top
to bottom,
of them, then it's working. So I like it because it's working for me when we've got some guys or kids trying to be professional. But it's super nice for you and me that play like amateurs and we want to enjoy.
Enjoy and understand what's going on, like to have a little unboxing and making it pieces. So I think makes a lot of sense. You were talking about that it's super demanding for your coaches.
Yeah.
But at the same time, I feel that it's an investment that you do on your people.
Absolutely.
But also they feel like they are part of this. It's not that they like rent a court and they give the classes.
Absolutely.
Like there's a product that is well polished, so people know what to expect and they have that experience, right?
Absolutely.
So how do they feel too? I think if I were a coach, which I'm not, I would be proud to know that in my club they are also investing in my skills.
Absolutely. But not only that, you're learning because the challenge is bigger. So, okay, let's come again to that point of only basket. It's just for like a sample. I'm not saying this is the truth. But if you are repeating a lot of times something, it's much more boring.
Yeah.
So if you are learning and the challenge is higher and is bigger, then you are gonna enjoy much more your work.
Yeah.
And of course, you are self-demanded of getting it better. And in my opinion, all the employees, they are gonna leave sometime.
At some point.
Absolutely, yes.
Okay.
We are not owners of the employees, and we are not owners of their work and their jobs. We just put a vehicle for them to enjoy a part of their life and win money and learning.
Yeah.
So, in my opinion, if in the long term, I always say when they meet you, I don't know, whatever, Premier Padel in Sweden, and they tell you, hey Miguel, how are you?
That could be great.
That worked because they remember that time. They said, okay, I really enjoyed that part of my life. Of course, you paid my salary, but I was enjoying. I was not only giving balls to the clients 6, 7, 8, 9 hours each day, so which is hard.
Yeah, but I guess you could be happier if, let's say, they decide to do their own entrepreneurial journey based on what they learned. Yeah. Because they are become like somehow evangelists, like, oh, I learned this and I can do this and adapt to this. Yeah. Then if they go to another club because they give them, I don't know, 10 more euros an hour, like.
And it's not happening here because they are learning. For me, the most important thing for the coaches is learning. And it's not so easy because many of them are really, really good coaches. Yeah. But that's why I like M3, because M3 Academy is not only a way of teaching. Yeah. Let the students or the amateur people space for learning. But at the same time, is letting and is giving a space for the coach to learn how to do it. Yeah. Because they need to take a lot of decisions which are not written. Yeah. It's not you are gonna do this and tomorrow that. No. To adapt. Everything is super live. Student you have. Yeah, everything is in a live way because everybody is discovering. Yeah. So well, for me it's super. It's both ways. Yeah, exactly. And I think we're talking about the talents, like the people you have here. There was someone special that has been Guillermo del Oso. I've been doing. Pedro Cabrera.
I don't know Pedro, so I cannot say.
Yeah, Pedro is general manager.
Okay.
And Guillermo is operation manager.
Okay. But I felt going through the club with him that he really loves what he's doing and the way he shows and tells you the story and how things are. So how do you attract that people?
Well, first of all, it's a lucky thing. The lucky matters is super important for everything. So when I arrived and Guillermo told me, I knew Guillermo because he was manager of Reserva Liguerón, which has been an extraordinary club in paddle history. And once some friend of us, and a common friend said, okay, Guillermo is without work. I said, oh, I didn't know. I said, and he wanted to meet you.
Let's talk.
And for me, that's a lucky thing. In the case of Pedro, which is the general manager, I went to get
it was your
to
target.
Get him. Yeah, absolutely. And I think what I'm going to say is not so professional, but something that really generated engagement for the managers is the architecture. You know,
It's a cute place.
Yeah, it's a cool place, no?
You want to be here.
You're working here with that tropical plants in that area. And the courts are extraordinary, being honest. That we created this color for our courts.
Oh.
Yeah, we decided, and we said to Juan Moro of Padel Technology, we don't like your colors, and we want something like in a curtain.
This Pantone, whatever.
No, Pantone.
A color.
No, we want it with
color.
texture, and with texture, if you touch it, you can feel it. I think everything is influencing, so the architecture is super important for me, for the managers, because they are feeling a super cool place. And on the other hand, of course, they need to be involved in the direction, and they need to create it. They need to create. If not, it's impossible for me in this world to have good managers. If you don't let them work hard, but let them work and decide products and strategy, I think all of them are senior.
Yeah.
They don't want to be directed like, okay, do that.
Like the micromanagement thing, like, come on. No,
I think they need a space. But it was easy for me because they are super extraordinary experienced guys.
I think that's the luck we have in Spain, right? Like that's legacy and past.
Yeah.
So this takes me to last two questions. First, how important is technology for you to handle clubs? Not just this one, but for paddle right now and in the future.
Technology is is necessary. Now it's mandatory. If you don't have the properly technology, it's impossible to manage correctly your facility. Because this is a social, sorry for repeating same concept, but it's a social business. So you need to know what is doing your client. That sometimes it's just taking time. And you need to know what is the medium ticket that he's using at the restaurant. How many times he came and why and when, and playing against who, or taking classrooms or playing some tournaments and not the other ones. And what is happening, what is the median occupating for in your courts, and why. And so you need all that information, but not only that, you need the people to work comfortable for booking a court, with WhatsApp, Google Meets, our website, for example, that we have been talking about that now is not good, but it's super important. People wants to be with his iPhone or with his Android and taking a court in 2 seconds.
I would say your internet is super fast.
Yeah, internet maybe, I don't know, but our website is not good. Okay, but that's the important thing about technology. If we wouldn't have solved that with many ways for everybody, maybe we could have a problem. But people is now booking courts with marketplaces, with WhatsApp, with Google, with a users area, a website. We are involved in other 2 or 3 solutions. So it's super important for me. And you need some technology for being able to, I don't know, using your TPPs or whatever thing. The communication matters. Is super important for me.
So I was going to ask you how to reserve here. You've told us already, so that's perfect.
Sorry.
No, it's perfect. So I would like to talk with you in the future about Taykus, which is like the main, or what's coming after being part of the Playtomic founding team. So I think this is an important topic that deserves more time. But my last question would be, how do you envision the future of paddle, thinking about the worldwide expansion?
It's a super good question, and for sure I will be wrong for sure, or I will get mistakes. But
you can fantasy answer.
First thing is that which is happening is that growing a lot, in a super disordered way. So which is normal. Which is normal. many conversations about padel turns around and are all the time in a circle around that. No, but it's a disaster because it's not organized. Yeah, of course, it's impossible. If we are growing more than 10 million people each year involved into playing padel, it's impossible to be in another way. No, so for me it's normal, and that is going to keep on happening. It's not going to stop in the next 15 years.
Okay.
We will, for sure.
Perfect.
That's for sure. I think that is not going to stop in the next 70 years, but for sure in the 15 years it's not going to stop. We will arrive to 100 million for sure in 15 years, more or less, of people playing padel. So what that demands is facilities, coaches, you said it, sources for learning to all the professional federations, more tournaments, and it's going to involve a lot of, it depends on each country, it's going to involve a lot of funds, investment funds, for example. In the United States, we are living that a lot of investment funds are arriving since the first moment to padel. Yeah. That never happened here in Spain, for example. Not in Italy. I don't know. But that is going to happen. The concentration of the market is going to happen. It's happening right now, but it's growing more and more disordered than the concentration of the market. So it's going to keep on happening.
But that's funny, like to watch. Like
for me, it's not good. It's not bad. For me, it's what is happening.
It's what it is. Yeah, you're going to change the reality.
It's reality.
That's it. Read the room and adapt.
Absolutely. So I think we are going to grow extraordinarily. Padel will arrive to 200 million people players in maybe 25 years. Okay. For sure that is going to happen. I think so. And I think it's not going to happen in 25 years. I think it will be less.
Faster.
Yeah, faster, for sure. But that will happen for sure.
Okay.
So we
what's
need to
next
be
for you?
So?
You said we have to be prepared.
Yeah, because we want to create more clubs. Okay. In our style of clubs.
Yeah.
Because padel
your vision, what works for you.
Yeah, padel needs all kind of clubs. You need to understand that padel, this club, for example, is a high target maybe, and high-ending club, but that can be 0.01% of the people that play padel. Okay. Being honest.
Makes sense.
So you need all the rest.
Yeah.
You've got to have a good community of managers, for example, and clubs, and it's happening, but slowly. Okay. Slowly. It's not. In my case, for example, it's hard to find good managers without ego.
Yeah. They're open.
Prepared to have executive meetings talking about our clubs. Yeah. It's not so easy, but it's happening now. The cluster, for example,
is working. Right?
Yeah, are changing, but slowly.
I see. So what's next for you?
Next for me is open.
That you can tell.
Yeah, I can tell everything. Next steps, as you know, we are working with Taykus a lot for being prepared for the growing of the padel and the marketplace that you could see, which is a little baby. 1 month, not more than 1 month. And Taykus is a CRM, of course. And next step is more NACs. We would love to create, or we would like to create 4 NACs around the world. Okay. For us, perfect places for our club. Okay. And we are prepared for creating like a second brand, absolutely different. It's not like this is the level and then I'm going to do another level. I don't like that. I don't say, no, this is like a secondary.
No, different taste.
Absolutely
it doesn't mean more or less different taste.
I think super funny thing that we are prepared to do, but working on the same perspective, social matters, activating products, working with products like M3, learning and enjoying at the same time that you are growing on the paddle, but another kind of club. So for me, it would be nice in the next 10 years maybe, it's talking too long, but having those 4 NAC clubs and maybe 10 or 15 those secondary
taste. Okay.
Clubs.
So keep us posted. Thanks for all this time, and
sorry,
it's been amazing.
My English is not perfect.
Thank you. No,
it's a pleasure for me.
English is very good.
Many friends told me you were really nice, and you are.
They told me we would be friends.
We are going.
No, thank you.
No, bye.